Hi everyone, I'm Chris the Camping Stitcher, and I'm back today, Saturday, January 14th, 2023, with my WIP parade. I just spent a little time going through all my WIPs and discovering ones I hadn't recorded, and so, what better time to share them now. So it's just going to be a WIP parade today. I'll get back with my regularly scheduled programming next week for my regular Flosstube. But I just wanted to show you the 25 WIPs I have, not including, I have 2 finishes, and I am going to send someone one of my WIPs because I decided I do not want it anymore. It's just not for me. But I will show it because I want to show it, and then it moves on. Okay, so my oldest WIP is the 4 Seasons from Modern Folk Embroidery. I actually have notes that I might not forget anything. This I started December 24th, 2020. And this is as far as I've gotten. And I would love, this is going to be one of my, one of the stitches I take out for Super Stitch Sundays this year. It's on 32 count antique white Zweigart. It's beautiful. And I would really love to get it finished. I have 3 Modern Folks finished. 2 of them are actually finished into pillows, and I think that's going to be too big for a pillow, but it might be a wall hanging. I have some ideas in my head. So that's my oldest WIP. My second oldest is, sorry about the zippering, so if you have earphones on, be aware, I have a lot of zippering coming up. This is the Village of Hawk Run Hollow, and I started this back in May of 2021. It's shameful how little I've got done on it. I actually have a board here. Look at me all. Okay, that's it. These blocks are, what, 93 by 93? And they're really, the first block went fairly fast. That second block, it's almost full coverage, it seems. But again, this is one of the stitches. I'm in Pam Dumont's Hawk Run Hollow Zoom. I actually haven't missed the last one because we had something to do that night. But that's when I usually pull this out, is to work on it during the Zoom and visit with everybody. Second oldest WIP, Village of Hawk Run Hollow. I'm not going to say it's going to get finished anytime soon, but I would like to get, I think, 2 blocks this year would be a nice goal to meet. So it's going to be beautiful eventually. So, and then well, you guys know I'm going to go in order. Kringles is my next WIP. And I think I am well past the 50%. Yes. I've got a lot done on it, and I would like to see this finished this year for next holiday season. That is where I am on Kringles. This is Little House Needleworks. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to say Village of Hawk Run Hollow is Carriage House Samplings. And Hawk Run Hollow I am doing on Latte, 40 count. I don't know who the dyer is. I want to say it's probably Zweigart, but I'm not sure. Some things I didn't write down way early on. But anyway, back to Kringles. This is Kringles. This is Little House Needleworks. It is on 36 count flax. And I started this as my birthday start in July 2021. So I've gotten, well, I guess it's almost 50%. Well, not quite. Well, if you count the roof, maybe. Anyway, I've gotten a good portion of the bottom. The bottom is all done. I'm working on the second story now. So I seem to have a lot of big stitches that are gonna be fighting for time on Super Stitch Sundays. We'll see. Hopefully actually, all of these except one are on my WIP Go. So they're gonna see 4 days each of stitching, if at least, on WIP Go. So WIP Go is going to come in handy this year. The next one is Autumn Quakers. This is by Rosewood Manor, and I do have, some of them I have the pattern. I can show you the cover sheet. Some of them not. Autumn Quakers. And I have a very small start on this. This is done on Vintage Country Mocha. And it's done, I'm using the Call for Valdani threads. It's gonna be beautiful. And that's my start on it. I love the color of these threads. It was the first time I used Valdani for cross stitch. I've used it so many times on a punch needle. It's beautiful to cross stitch with. So again, another super stitch that's going to be fighting for time, but it is on my WIP Go. Okay, next, this is going to be a finish this year. Oh my gosh, my boards are magneted together. I have all these magnets on these things. Anyway, this, oh, I should probably loosen it up. This is the Calendario del Evento by Crocetta Gogo. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. Okay, I'm not sure you're going to see all of it. It's still on the scroll frame, so I'll scroll it. All the boxes are done. All 24 boxes are done. This is going to be a finish this year. I've made myself a promise to myself. This is the spot that has to be finished. And I'll be taking this out on the 25th of every month, and it's also on my WIP Go. This is stitched on Up in the Attic, 36 count by Fox and Rabbit. And Crocetta Gogo is on Etsy. I love her patterns, so just if you haven't seen them, my last WIP will be one of hers. I think her, yes. Okay, this is the one I'm going to give away. I'm sending it out to be put in a loving home to my dear friend Nancy. I am dropping stuff everywhere. Sorry. Here I am. I'm back. Oh, I'm so discombobulated. Anyway, this is Mary Snow, Hands Across the Sea. I started this December of 21, New Year's Eve, last year, and it is a beautiful sampler. It is on, let's see, Old Sheep by XJU Designs. It's 36 count. It's just not my colors. It's not my colors. It's not, it's a beautiful pattern. I'm just not enjoying it. And instead of letting it sit here and linger, I am sending it to my good friend, Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. Nancy's going to go out in the mail next week. And she says she loves it. So, bye, Mary Snow. The next one is the ES Spot Motif sampler. It's by A Female Worth. This was put out, it was out of print for a long time, and 1884 Stitchery got the right to publish the patterns again. So this is done on 36 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit. I started this in April of 2022, and that's where I am right now. This I'm hoping I can get a lot more work done on this year. I love this. The deep reds and the greens. It's just beautiful. I try to, some things I put on scroll frames so I could just pop them onto my lap stand and work on them and not give myself any excuses. Okay, the next one is Let Love Ring by Teresa Kogut. So, I don't know if I could show you. Okay. Here it is. It's in that booklet, but there is the sampler. It's gorgeous. I have a very small start on it. This is done on 36 count Grandma's Slip. by XJU Designs, and it is going to be a big one. Let me just get my board. Very small start, but I love the colors. They're gorgeous. Oh, focus. Little corner start. Again, with the big samplers. It's going to be, it's really, well, it's big. That's the fabric. I'm like, it's really not that big. Yes, it is. But it's a beautiful pattern. That's the purpose of a parade, kind of make you take out your stuff and look at it and say, I really should get back to that. All right. Next is Humming Over the Bees, Blackbird Designs. I started this in April, and it is on 36 count aged paper by Color and Cotton. Oh, it's so wrinkly, I'm sorry. I really should get a little bit more done on this because it's not too terribly big, but that's where I am right now. I love that border. Such pretty colors. Blackbird Designs, they're my colors. Blackbird Design and Brenda Gervais, I'm always drawn to the colors. WIP parades are supposed to move pretty, keep a good pace, right? Because it's a parade and we're not having any sideshows here. So that's Humming Over the Bees. Really, I had a goal of never to have more starts than the year I was working in. That's a goal that went right out the window because I've got 25 and it's 2023. So there's that theory, right? Boop, done. All right, the next one is another Blackbird Designs, Oh Joyous Day. I started this in May of 2022. I've got a good bit done on this. I should just get my act together and finish it. My goodness. Yep. This is the purpose of WIP parades, right? I just love it. Look at that bird. The house. All the things. I just have the last row to do. Oh, what am I waiting for? Okay. So that should be on my immediate radar, right? Gosh. So pretty. Blackbird Designs. Okay. Then we have another Rosewood Manor coming up. This I started when I went to Hobby House I guess it was around Mother's Day last year in May. This is, I don't want to show, just get a tasket. Boy, I really do like these big samplers. And this is done on Zweigart, 36 count Zweigart Platinum. My goodness. How many times am I going to say my goodness? Let's see if we can get this the right way around. Okay. And that's my start. Colors are beautiful. It's going to be so nice. Another big one for big stitch. I might have to add a Super Stitch Saturday in there if I keep this big sampler thing up. Okay. Then we have this little one. I also picked up at Hobby House at the same time. I saw it on their wall. It's just a sweet little sampler, excuse me. Carolyn Page, 1832. And this is where I am. So this is done on marbled pointer, XJU Designs, 36 count. It's a sweet little red sampler to work on. boy, am I going to have a mess to clean up. You'd have seen me this morning trying to go through all this. It's just ridiculous. And then I thought I lost a sampler. How do you lose a sampler? And I didn't. In reality, it was just in a bag I didn't see. So here we go. After Carolyn Page is Mary Clayton, Hands Across the Sea. Another sweet little sampler. Gotta get my act together, Chris. It's not like I'm not stitching on stuff. I did have a lot of finishes last year. I think I have my stats somewhere. Okay, so when I get into the mode, I have to finish the border. I love the colors in this. This is all DMC. And it is on Russian Tea Cake, which is Legacy. And I think it's Access Commodities that does that. It's a 37 count. So that's where I am on Mary Clayton. I have no idea why I was all over the place with this. I'm not sure why I went from the top corner to the bottom corner, but enjoy your stitch. Have to pull her out. She's not very big. I mean, it really wouldn't take, if I just concentrated on that, I could probably have it done in a month. So it wouldn't be super stitch. Maybe I should have a tiny stitch day. Like tiny stitch Thursday. It's really not tiny, but. Okay. Then we have the big one. The biggest, I think this has got to be the biggest sampler I have. Consider the Lilies, Heartstring Sampler A. And this is done on 36 count light mocha Zweigart. I started this was my birthday start, this 2022. And I actually did have this out last Sunday, Super Stitch Sunday. And I did more work on it. And I'm kind of happy about that because I did make some progress. That's where I am right now. On Sunday, I put in the bee, that tree, that little sprig, the top of that flower. I think, you know, because it's all motifs, you can really kind of make some good progress on it. It's not like it's going to get done fast, but, you know, every little motif feels like a little finish. So I love this one. That is my biggest. I mean, I don't really think there is anything I own that's bigger than that. Okay, then I have Live on Little. I'm dropping stuff, excuse me. This is what happens when you have 25 bags at your feet and they're slipping all over the place. This is Live on Little by Plum Street. A bunch of us started this last year. I brought everything with me on vacation except the pattern. Because I was showing the pattern in my haul. And we left on our trip. And I realized when we were away and the start date happened that I didn't have the pattern. So when I was at Colorado Cross Stitcher, I picked up another copy of the pattern. And I just said I'll use the other one as a giveaway, which I did. And so I was able to start it when we were away. And I am making progress. I usually take this out when we're watching TV or, you know, something else is going on and I get some of that water done because I'll stitch that in hand. But I love this. It's going to be gorgeous. And this is done on, 36 count Affogato by Fiber on a Whim. Really nice fabric. So, I mean, I have this out at least a couple times a month to stitch on that water. That water, there's a lot of water. It's a lot of solid stitching in this. It's pretty intense. Okay. Now I have a wee one. This is Butternut House Pinkeep, Stacy Nash. I have this on 36 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit. And I got a good bit done on it. it's got a lot of stitches, so there's where I am on that. I really like working on it. It's very muted. The colors are pretty muted. The house is going to be something though. It's I know I switched one of the colors. I think it was this color here, because the color the called for wasn't showing up on this color linen, and I'm going to make the house, I think I switched to the house color, those numbers, so that it would show up, and I'm looking forward to getting to the house. It looks like it's going to be fun. Alrighty, we're getting there. Next one is a sampler for all seasons. This was an exclusive in the Facebook group. I don't know if it's gonna come out as a regular release. Maybe, I'm not sure. I have no idea. But this was done through the Facebook group, so it's a homespun needlework group. If you're not a member of it, you can go join it. And it was by the Scarlet House, and I think Shepherd's Needle was the collaborative shop, I think. I got the kit. And this is where I am. This is the nice stitch. I love stitching on this. It's going to be a sweet sampler. I just love that little the house and the burn the tree here. So cute. This is on 36 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax. And it's a long, narrow sampler. So I've got to get that. I kind of almost want to stitch the houses in the season that I'm in. So okay, whoopsie. I'm all over the place here. Then I have my unicorn that the people on the unicorn Facebook group were nice enough to help me get. Coming to America. And this I'm doing on Vintage Country Mocha, 36 count. And I've got a teeny start. I mean, it's a long, narrow sampler. And I've got to hack off this piece of fabric here, but I wanted to get some of the border done first. That's where I am. Not much, just the border and one seagull. It's a big one. It's got a lot of words on it, but it's got some pretty, like that ship that's coming up. The ship that's coming up. It looks pretty stitchy. Just love the colors in this though. All right. And then we have my snow day stitch, which by the way, we keep getting rain. It's pretty annoying. We get rain, it gets warm, we get rain, rain goes through. At the end of the rain, it gets freezing cold again. Warms up and rains again. I'm just would like some snow. I'm getting sick of the rain. This is because I would like to stitch on this even though it's like 4,000 count. This is Quaker Snowflakes by Hello from Liz Matthews. I am using the Cold for Haunted by Picture This Plus. I think I showed this last week. And that's where I am. I won't keep going over that. It's 36 count. And I need to have fresh eyes when I work on that. All right, stopping for a little drink of water, just to clear that up. Okay, this was another exclusive from the Facebook group, the Homespun Facebook group. This is called Hope Song, Heartstring Samplery. I love birds. That chickadee just got me. And I really haven't done much since the last time I showed it to you guys, but it's part of the WIP parade. I can't exclude it. That's part of the border. I am going to do the black cap chickadee. There are like 4 chickadees, and I don't know when that will be available to like everybody else. Hopefully it will be. But if you guys are interested in exclusive, they're going to announce one in about, I think the last I saw was 10 days or so. They're announcing the first exclusive for 2023. So it's Homespun Needlework Group. Just look it up on Facebook. Oh, I have to turn the page on my WIPs. This was, you'll be seeing this again next week because this is the things Chris forgot to show you thing. This is from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, the Winter 2022 edition. It is Whimsical Winter by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I am using the called for pink chocolate that was sent to me by Kara. It's not a very big sampler, and not a very big piece. It's kind of like a sampler. No words though. But I got a good start on it, and the fabric is awesome. And I love snowmen and owls. So Kara was so sweet to send this fabric to me. The light is really not doing it justice. It's a little bit, I don't know. It's got a little pink undertone, but not like in your face. It's beautiful. This is Bee Stitch Me. 36 count. I never worked on anything from Bee Stitch Me, but I am looking to get some more. Gorgeous fabric. Okay. Next is, we're getting there. I have like 4 or 5 more. This is the Maker and Mender. Oh my, I'm sorry. It's just the Long Island comes out. The Maker and Mender. Bernard Gervais. This is the stitch along that we got going in the Tipsy Bunny group from Jingle Ball. If you know, you know. And this is where I am. Now, Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, finished hers. And she did a color conversion. And I think also Sweetwater Stitcher is doing, she did a little bit of a color conversion. And I just love the way theirs came out. They did their letters in a different color too. But this is, I just love Bernard Gervais. I mean, one of my faves. But I love the way they converted it. So go take a look at theirs. I think they both had them in their Flosstubes this past week. All right. Oh, no. Did I forget one over there? Nope, I didn't. Okay. Next is Strawberry Manor from Teresa Kogut. Now, I am pretty sure... Oh, boy. Just dropped something. This is going to be released. I'm going to take it out of the... I was working on it, so I'm going to take it out of the hoop. I think. Please don't quote me. And if I'm wrong, I am sorry. But I think it's going to be released soon. This is the Strawberry Manor. This was a sal that Teresa Kogut did in her Patreon. Sorry for the wrinkles. The last time I showed it, I think I was talking about the gentleman's coat that took me all day to do. Well, I've since moved on to the flower next to him, and I've got that corner to do, and then the little cartouche under the tree. But this is going to be so sweet when it's done. It is on hog bristle, 36 count hog bristle. Oh, I forgot to tell you what Maker Mender was on. This is 36 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit. I love their fabric too. Maker and Mender, little rewind, is on also Fox and Rabbit 36 count Dirt Tracks. That was one of their fabric of the month. And I believe, again, don't quote me, but I heard that they're releasing it at Market, I think. Okay. Strawberry Man. Oh, here's another stitch along with Stitchy Linda and Company. I think a lot of people are doing this. Santa Stops Here. by Brenda Gervais. I am stitching mine on the Called For Winter's Brew 36 count by R&R. And this is where I am. Now, I really like the way the stones are showing up. I had done the Called For floss color on the mortar, and Stitchy Linda had messaged me, and she wasn't happy with the way it was showing out either. So I have since switched that mortar color to ecru, and I think she's going to do the same. The color that was the Called For was like 6 something, I think. It just wasn't showing up like the picture. And, you know, we all fall in love with how the picture looks on the cover. So she thought it was ecru, and I thought it looked more like ecru, so we're going with ecru. And I like it. I like that the mortar is going to show. It kind of blends into this to the fabric on the sides, but it really, I think it just lends itself to showing off those stones a little bit better. Okay. So the Forgotten sampler, the little thing that I started it for, I didn't even take a picture of this. I started it for, I think I showed it in one of my floss tubes in November. I started this for Black Sampler November, and it is Ye Old Crow Sampler by Heart and Hand. I just wanted to start something little because I didn't want to get into another big sampler. And promptly forgot that I started it and just never even put it in my journal. And that's where I am. That should be fast. I think I might just leave this out and stitch on it for a while and get it done. And get this whittled down to 24 whips. And then, last but not least, talk about getting hepped up. Crochet A Go-Go released 2 new pieces this past week. I'll show you the other one in my haul. I saw this and I just, holy cannoli. That's everything I want to do in a sampler. The owls, the snowman, the fox, the squirrels, the deer, the moose, the house, the border, the snowflakes. I'm telling you. So I kind of had a little bit of a, I don't know why I get on these tangents that I have to get the border to match, but I did. And of course I was like a half a stitch off. So what I did was I was restitching it and picking out the border as I went along to get to the point where I kind of thought I knew where it was. And I was right. You know when you have those inklings that something isn't quite right? Stop. Don't keep going like I did. But anyway, I got the border problem fixed, and this is where I am. Now, this morning I went back and forth about the snowflakes, but I actually think they're showing up fine. And I just, I love it. I don't want to stop stitching on this, which is awesome. I don't really, it's my stitching. I'm the boss of it. I'm going to do what I want, but this is going to be I'm already planning how I'm going to frame it. I mean, so Crochet A Go-Go, she is on Etsy. And this is done on 36 count Desert Taipan by Fox and Rabbit. I just started it on the 10th. So that is it. Those are my whips. That's my whip parade. I didn't forget anything. Don't worry, though. My new segment seems to be holding strong because I finished talking to you guys on my Flosstube and promptly forgot 3 things I wanted to tell you. I will tell you one of those things. I do have a Facebook group, and it is called The Camping Stitcher. It's going to be linked in the description box if you'd like to come over and join it. It's just a little continuation of the chit-chat and jibber-jabber we have over here. I would really love to have you, so come on over and join. If you don't already know, I'm on Instagram also as The Camping Stitcher. And I love it. I love it if you leave me a comment. I love talking to you guys. I love reading the comments, and I just really appreciate you following along. So I will be back next weekend with my regular Flosstube, and I hope you have a great week. Stay healthy. Hope the new year's going well for you, and stitch away. Thanks. Bye.